for joining me for today's lunch meal prep video. This week we're going to have salmon with asparagus and rice. With the salmon, we're gonna put a dill sauce on top of it to give it some extra flavor. It'll be dill, sour cream, mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, and a little bit of lemon juice. So once we have this all cooked, we will portion it out into our containers so that we're ready for lunch for the whole week and we don't have to worry about making our lunch each day. So first we're gonna slice our salmon into the portions that we want. I like to cut it before we cook it because it's much easier to portion out that way. If you cut it once it's cooked, it's all flaky and it starts falling apart. We're going to make the dill sauce. I have 1/3 cup of sour cream. We have 1/2 tablespoon of dried dill weed. We have 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And then we're going to juice a lemon. So we'll just add all the ingredients in here. Once I have the lemon juiced, I'll mix it all together. All right. This is super yummy dill sauce that we'll have with the salmon. All right, so we'll just set this aside until our salmon's done cooking. All right, next we're gonna make our asparagus. I'm gonna put some olive oil on here. And then I have 2 tablespoons of all-purpose seasoning. I'm just gonna sprinkle it over the top. And then I like to just mix it around with my hands. It's messy, but I feel like it gets everything coated. All right. So now we're gonna put the asparagus in with our salmon. Our salmon's still cooking, so we're gonna pop the asparagus in right next to it. All right, so now we're gonna make our rice. We're gonna make 2 cups of rice. So first we'll put in 3 cups of chicken broth. Then we will add our 2 cups of rice. All right, we have our 3 cups of chicken broth, 2 cups of rice. We'll give it a little stir. And then we'll let this come to a boil before we put the heat onto low and then let it simmer. All right, our rice has started boiling, so we're gonna give it a little stir. And then we're gonna take the heat down to low. And we will cover the rice. It'll take about 10 to 15 minutes for the rice to cook all the way. All right, so it looks like the rice is done. We're gonna take the lid off, let all the steam out, and then we'll fluff the rice. Perfect. All right, so we'll take it off the heat. We'll let it cool for a bit, and then we'll package everything up in our lunch containers. All right, so everything is ready. We're ready to portion it into our containers so that we have lunch for each day this week. So I'm gonna use 1/2 cup of rice. I like to portion it out with a measuring cup so we know how much we're having. Okay, so we have our rice in each container. Now we're gonna add the salmon. Okay, now we can add our asparagus as well to each container. Asparagus is a little bit long, so I'm gonna have to kind of shove them in. sauce on top of the salmon. We're just gonna spread it just across the top a little bit. This sauce is super yummy. It's gonna make this lunch awesome. All right, so lunch meal prep is done for the week. We have this super delicious, healthy, and simple salmon with dill sauce, asparagus, and rice. So it's all portioned out into our containers, ready to go. We don't have to worry about what we're gonna have for lunch each day this week now. It'll help keep us organized. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Check the description box as well for the ingredients. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my lunch and breakfast meal prep recipes. I hope you all have a great week. Bye.